y'all, what's up? Chad Wright coming to you here once again on the channel, Team Righteous. And we got our buddy back over here with the Kawasaki H2 SX. So, y'all remember this thing right here last time I was on the channel, not too long ago, just a few weeks ago. And we ended up making a little bit over 200 horsepower with it. He said he didn't really want to push it too hard that day, so we got him to make 200 horsepower. He's liking it. Said it's been fun, been a blast, but it's time to make some more power with it. So we got him full Brock's exhaust. Got him a PentaCarbon going on here. So we're gonna get these fairings off, get this exhaust put on here, and then, as always with all of our customers that's had a dyno tune in the past, whenever they get a dyno tune and then we make some changes to the bike or whatever, you get one free touch-up tune. So we get to put this exhaust on here. He's getting a Sprint air filter as well. Once we get that there done, we'll put it back on the dyno, touch up the tune, get some more power out of it for him, and we'll bring that all to you here after a while. All right, y'all. So we got the exhaust off of here. Not too much to it. You got to pull all the fairings off of it, pull the tank off of it to remove the O2 sensor plug that is up under this part of the tank here. And pull your radiator loose down at the bottom, break the bolts loose at the top so you can rock it forward, drain all the coolant out of it, and pull all your bolts out. Not too bad. It's about common as all the other ones are and everything. So, and then, like I said, we're replacing the filter. I'd say this one here is just a little bit dirty, maybe, possibly. I think it's robbing any horsepower. So, then we're going to put in this Sprint here. I think we can see through it pretty well. And this is a street filter, so it's still going to filter out most of the dirt, but it's also going to let a whole lot more air go through. But anyways, we're also going to see the weight savings that he's going to get on this thing right here. So I'm going to weigh the stock exhaust, see what weight we get with it, and then I'm going to weigh this new Brock's exhaust and see how much weight we're going to save by putting it on. All right, so here we go. We got the stock exhaust on here, and dead on the money, 20 pounds. And then of course he's taking the stock muffler off there, which I'd imagine is probably about another 10 pounds. So probably 30 pounds total if you consider the stock muffler with the stock full exhaust, the catalytic converter, and everything that's on there. But right now he's down to 20 pounds, so we'll just go with that with there and see what he ends up saving versus what he had. All right, so we got the Brock's PentaCarbon on here now. Everything that goes with it, minus the springs. So we might add another ounce to it, but we are at 9 pounds and 6 ounces. So it's over 10.5 pounds of savings versus what he had on there. So that's definitely good for, a couple of numbers at the drag strip. If he was in the drag racing, Daddy's gonna be drag racing this bike right here. But anyways, we're gonna get this Brock's PentaCarbon put on here, go through breaking it in and everything, baking the coating in on the exhaust, and then we'll have it back up on the dyno, making some pulls with it, see how much more power we can make with this thing right here. With that air filter alone, we could have gained at least, probably 2 to 3 more horsepower with that thing right there, just swapping the filter. So, but we're gonna see how much more we can get once we get the exhaust and everything else, and get the air field tune for this exhaust right here. So, anyways, we're gonna get this right here on. We'll be with y'all in a minute. Oh yeah, I want to show y'all one more thing though before we put the air filter back in too. This is where all the magic happens at. So, gotta get all the air in there, and then it makes the magic happen. All right, let's get this exhaust on. All right, y'all, so we're back here. We're on the dyno. We're getting ready to start making some pulls with this thing right here and getting this thing right here dialed in. So we're gonna see what this thing right here sounds like here in just a second.
Hey guys, let's see in the comment section how many people think he needs to learn not to say every 5th word. Let's see in the comment section.
What should we do? All right, so let's get Logan to fire this thing up. Hey, Nick Saban says a whole lot, and he's like worth millions of dollars. So I'm just trying to be like Nick Saban. He's the greatest coach. I'm trying to be the greatest guy on YouTube. you know, it's kind of a good thing. So anyways, let's hear what this Brock's PentaCarbon here sounds like.
Oh, you want me to start this thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, if you want to get yours, save some money like this customer right here did, go down to the comments or the description below. If you look down in the description below, you will see a link to Brock's website, and use the discount code TeamRighteous5. Save 5% off of anything you get from Brock's website, whether it be this Brock's exhaust, front end straps, lower end links, Sprint filters, draggies, anything like that right there. You can save 5% off of everything that you order through Brock's website, and you can use that discount code multiple times. So if you want to get something, say this week, and then say a month from now, whatever you want to do, you can always use that code. So let's see what this thing can make with the first initial pull. So we definitely got to work on this tune right here before we go any further, but I'm going to show you the last video where we made 203 horsepower. I'll show it to you right here. Alright, so there we go, 202.8 horsepower, call it 203. Alright, so that was what we made last time. So now, not touching the tune at all, we made 213.9 horsepower.
The fueling is not where I want it.
Feeling's not where we wanted it at, but whenever we get done with this tune right here, you're definitely gonna make some big power with it too. So it'll definitely be worth sending your ECU in for the flash. But anyways, we're gonna get this ECU out, start making some adjustments, and see how much more we can get out of this H2SX. Alright y'all, so on the last pull there, we made 227 horsepower. Made a few more changes here in the ECU. See if we can get any more out of this thing. But as I mentioned in the last video about whenever you send your ECU in to get it flashed, or after we flash it here on the dyno, the very first startup is going to run really rough and really crappy, so you have to do 3 key cycles whenever you get this ECU in. So once you plug your ECU in, you're going to do what Logan's going to do here, and listen to how bad it sounds.
I accidentally key cycled it. Never mind.
We'll show you that next time.
I key cycled it because you were getting ready, and then it...
Yeah.
You freaking went up.
Alright y'all, so we made that last pull there, and we wanted to also show the owner what the speedometer got up to, and show everybody else out there what it was getting up to. So it's got up to 189 miles per hour, which is the top speed on the speedometer on these bikes. So surprisingly, it's actually a little bit above 186. But I don't think they ever intended for them to go that way, because we moved the rev limiter a good ways up. But top speed on the dyno is 193 miles per hour. But we're not done yet. We're just done for the night. So yeah, when it come in, it wasn't this bad. But now it is.
And it's hot. So we are calling it for the safety of the bike. And we're going to get a chain tomorrow, and we'll wrap this thing up.
Yeah, like I said, whenever it come in, the chain wasn't that bad. It was a little bit going out of the way or whatever. I was going to recommend it to him. And once you start making power with this thing right here, it started stretching this thing right here on out or whatever. And like I said, we don't want to risk tearing the chain up, which is cheap, or tearing the motor up, which is not cheap. What are they about? $8,000 used?
$7,500 from our supplier, I think it was, for a freaking used motor.
Yeah, so we don't want to do that. So we're trying to save it here. So anyways, we're gonna get this chain swapped out in the morning. Then we'll finish up the tune and we'll see you in the morning. All right, y'all. Now we got a good tight chain on here. And Logan's putting the ECU back in over there. So we're gonna show you what it sounds like whenever you first start this thing up and how rough it idles. So this right here is the reason why you gotta do the 3 key cycles on it.
If the key wants to turn.
If we get the key to turn. So you start it up, let it run 10 seconds, shut it off, 10 seconds, start it up 10 seconds, shut it off 10 seconds. Last time you start it up, make all the power. Alright y'all, so battery's dead on my camera. I really can't move this thing around too much. It's charging right now, but we got a little bit more adjustment to make. Got one little lean spot left in it. So we're gonna make that adjustment and then we should be finishing up here on the next pull, hopefully. All right, y'all, so we got the H2SX finished up here on the dyno. Waiting on the customer to come pick it up. We're gonna get it cleaned up for him and everything. And then he's gonna come by here. Maybe be able to ride it if it's not raining or anything. So we'll see, but it's looking like the rain's coming in. So may not be able to get out and take it for a test ride again like his buddy did last time. But anyways, we'll see what happens whenever he gets here. But anyways, I'm gonna go over some of the numbers here. I'm gonna start off with where we started at the first time he was here and what he made initially, what he ended up making once we tuned it the first time with the stock header. So it had the stock header, the catalytic converter, and then it basically had no muffler there at all. It just had a slip-on there from AutoZone that was just basically a big tip that had no restriction to it at all. Coming in, whenever he came in here, he ended up making 165.7 horsepower at 9,900 RPMs. So as you can see it up in here, and then it just starts to steadily fall off. So after 9,900 RPMs, the horsepower starts falling off. They start restricting it back, and up here, right before it hits the rev limiter, it's down to 150 horsepower. All right, so here we go. We are at 12,150 RPMs now and making 202.8 horsepower, as you can see over in here. And right at 12,000, so where we were like 140, what was it a minute ago, 148, 149, we're still at 202 horsepower. So there's 50 horsepower gained at 12,000. And then peak horsepower wise, we're up to 28 horsepower. And torque, we ended up breaking 100 foot-pounds of torque. So we made 100.1. So that was with the stock header, stock catalytic converter, and everything. And then with the Brock's exhaust on there, we put the Sprint filter in there, and we ended up making some gains already initially without even tuning the bike any. So we just bolted the exhaust on, and we ended up making an immediate gain. So with just putting the Brock's exhaust and Sprint filter, we gained 11 horsepower. We made 213.9 horsepower. But that's not enough. I mean, just 10 horsepower gain, like if it was an NA bike, sure, 10 horsepower is a lot. 10 horsepower once you get a tune done is a good number to be able to make, but we definitely felt like we could make some more, and we're going to show you all those numbers here. And final numbers. So what do we make? Final numbers after we got done with everything, making all of our adjustments and everything, making adjustments on timing, adjusting on fuel, trying to make sure that the air-fuel ratio was good and safe. We definitely didn't want to push it any harder than this right here. Definitely could have made more horsepower than this right here. Being that it's H2SX, It doesn't have stiff enough valve springs in it to keep turning it up. So we really didn't want to turn the rev limiter up much further than what we did. But if we would have the valve springs for it, if he wants to do some upgrades in the future or whatever, we may do this. But right here is all we could get out of it, with it being hitting the rev limiter at 13,450 RPMs. Ended up making 231.9 horsepower. Ended up making 101.8 foot-pounds of torque. If I had to say so myself, that's not too shabby. 102 foot-pounds of torque from 92 foot-pounds of torque, 232 horsepower from 165 horsepower. That's some big hella gains. So anyways, we're gonna get this thing right here cleaned up. Customer's gonna come here and pick it up, and I can hear the rain now, so I don't think he's gonna be able to ride it when he gets here, unfortunately. But I know he's gonna love it whenever he gets it back home and gets to ride it next week once it starts warming up and starts clearing back up some more again. So anyways, we're gonna go over here and get this thing right cleaned up, and we'll be back at y'all in just a minute. All right, y'all, so we got it off the dyno here. I showed y'all the graphs just a minute ago. We ended up making 231.9 horsepower, right around 102 foot-pounds of torque with it. Definitely making way more power than it had when it come in. I believe when it come in, it made like 92 foot-pounds of torque and 165 horsepower. So we gained almost 70 horsepower to this thing right here. But y'all check out this Brock's exhaust on here. Now we got it all back together. Got all the fairings on it. Definitely looking good. What you thinking about it?
Man, slicker than frog snot.
Then put him on the spot. He's like, I ain't ready for the camera.
I didn't know you was gonna make me say nothing. I wasn't ready for it.
So yeah, so unfortunately, it's
Raining.
it's raining outside there. So yeah, we was gonna take it for a test ride. He was gonna take it for a test ride when he got here because it hadn't been raining like all day, and it started raining a couple of hours ago. It's like, we didn't get to take it for a test ride, but he rode it last time right after we done the tune on it last time. Where we gained last time? We was at 203 last time, so we was right around 28 horsepower then. How did it feel just from that first change or whatever compared to how it was stock?
I mean, it felt like a whole different bike. And if I didn't know that I was on my bike, I would have thought that it was a different bike.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he's got the wings here to keep the front end down, and then if he does happen to slow down and needs to see who's behind him, just turn him up. You got it right there. But anyways, we're gonna get out of here. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers there, so be sure to click the subscribe button, tick the bell, give it a thumbs up, share it out with your buddies, let them know that we're doing good things here. Team Righteous 57 Motorsports, trying to make some more power. Got some more turbo bikes coming into the channel as well, so that'll be coming up soon. Y'all be sure to drop down in the comments below. Let us know what y'all think about the Brock's exhaust.
Oh yeah.
I think let y'all hear it one more time. Let's hear it fire on up. You want to fire it up there?
Yeah, man.
See what she sounds like. All right. So appreciate it all y'all. Have a good one.